What is going on, guys? It is time for us to talk about DevvE just a little bit because there was a dev roundup for 5/21/25 that came out yesterday from Austin and Davin, and we got to address it because it seems like something was directed at people like myself who, we've been holders for a very long time. We're waiting for whatever that next move is. We're waiting for the announcement, and we haven't seen it. And Austin decided to tell you guys, hey, just like any other investor, he's a little bit frustrated because he sees the market taking off. Bitcoin's gone from 74,000 to 111,700. And in the meantime, DevvE, nothing. So if anything, DevvE has gone down since that period of time, reaching a low, I think, of about 50 cents. So what is going on, and has anything fundamentally changed about DevvE and their ecosystem? Well, make sure you hit the like button on the way in, and let's talk about it. Now, first and foremost, I have no inside information, I have no details, and I have a problem with not that, but some of what's happened so far. And I'll explain to you what's going on. But I am not an insider. I think that they're going to be partnered with, when the announcement is made, NASDAQ. I don't have any source that backs me up for that. Nobody has evidence. Nobody's presented anything. The team can't talk about it. So it's just highly speculative for me that this is the partner. But I do think that I'm right in that. So let's get into the issue. Now, yesterday you saw this video. I hope you watched it. There's about 463 views. So I know a group of you at least have watched it, and you're wondering what is going on with DevvE. And Austin, to his credit, at the very beginning of it, expresses frustration because as an investor, again, he's looking at Bitcoin going to 111,000, DevvE not doing anything. Now, one of the things that I have said over and over again is that the development team doesn't care about the crypto. They're not here to pump your chart. They're not here to pump your bag. They're here to create a thriving business. And what I heard Davin say yesterday was, a lot of people are here talking about acting like we don't care about what's going on, and we do. And I don't know that people have said that. I don't get into every one of the chats, so I don't know for sure what people are thinking. But let me give you just an illustration here. It is my estimation that the token price has nothing to do with their efforts. And that doesn't mean that they don't care about the project. It means that the token is one of the last things on the agenda. They don't need their price to move in a token basis because the way that they earn revenue is through traditional finance means. And that's licensing and agreements where they can earn yield and they can earn money from a partnership that they have with somebody as a provider of software for that company. So that's where the money would come from. And I think that that's why the crypto price is not as important. It doesn't mean that it's not important. It means that it's going to take a little bit of time for it to manifest, if you will. Now, a couple of the things that you heard along the way in this piece was that they are well aware. They are also wanting to see price action. And in fact, we did see some price action. It was on Fiat, but we did see some price action today. And we've seen a tiny bit of reversal on DevvE. But as you go through this and as you kind of make your way through the conversation that they're having, you get to moments where, they're discussing some of the technology, some of the way that they're going about this to give you guys kind of the lay of the land. And Austin is asking for maybe an ETA or an idea of when these things are going to happen. And the only thing right now that's standing in the way appears to be MiCA approval, which is European Union, because you need to have the European Union, you need to have the United States, you need to be a fully licensed company, you need all these places to allow you to do business and conduct business there. And that's what they seem to be waiting for, and it's taking a little bit longer than what we had hoped for. And of course, Austin, much to his credit, and just like most of us, is a moon boy at heart. We all want to see that crazy, crazy crypto price growth, okay? So I think that, these kind of updates are very, very good, and I would encourage you to take the time. I'm just kind of skimming through here to give you an idea. There's nothing special here other than some good conversation between two people talking about what is going on with DevvE over the next little while. Again, I encourage you to listen to it and understand that it sounds to me at several different junctures that Austin and Davin are sharing inside laughter with each other as they're talking about when something's going to happen. And you'll see smiles, you'll see smirks on their faces, like they understand that they are very, very close to the starting line, not the finish line. They've been doing this for 6 or 7 years. So I would encourage you, again, to go watch this and decide for yourself if this is still the investment project for you. Now, with that out of the way, I remain ever bullish on DevvE, and I do think that this is going to be one of the big projects that comes out of this bull run, and we have started that bull run, hopefully. And by the way, it doesn't take a very long period of time once people recognize and once people see DevvE. What you need is reassurance every day with some kind of stair step or something like that. If that's you, you might not be cut out for crypto. You might not make it. There's a lot of surges. There's a lot of pullbacks. You should be savvy enough to understand that and not be motivated because you don't see price action moving with the rest of the entire market. There are many moving parts to crypto. Now, with that being said, the problem in so much as there was any problem with DevvE from me is this. I was partnered with them for a long period of time, about a year. I want to say maybe even exactly 1 year. And they did not renew with me. But at the first of the month, I just didn't receive a remittance, and I reached out to Davin and I asked Davin what is going on. And so again, for the purpose of full disclosure, here is my comment. Hey buddy, this is April the 3rd, by the way, you can see that over there. Hey buddy, I didn't get remitted at the beginning of the month. Did I get kicked to the curb or nobody bothered to tell me what happened? As you can see at this point, there's only one line. I got left unread. So I don't like that. Now, they don't owe me anything. I'm not upset to not be partnered with them, but it does annoy me from a business standpoint that you end a partnership or an agreement with somebody and you don't even have the courtesy to say, hey, by the way, we're not going to renew. Thank you for everything that you've done, or I hate you for everything that you've done. Either way, there's some closure to it. So I don't like that, and I think that was a misstep by the team. That does give me pause, like if that's an issue, then are there any other issues in regards to communicating with people? Now, to me, and in fairness, I don't think that there are, but it is important to me to provide you with full disclosure. If you've seen my live streams, you know this already, but I wanted to make a dedicated video to kind of explain to you that I love the DevvE project. I think the DevvE project is going to be one of the game changers in the industry, and I think that, once we get an announcement, whatever that announcement might be, it's going to take it into the billions of market cap. Again, because of that partnership, because of its importance in cryptocurrency. But it takes time to unravel all the pieces, to make them all fit. They've been working at it for years, and they're at the finish line according to their... Again, it's kind of inside jokes, as you guys might have. If you haven't watched it, I suggest pause now, go watch it. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way. But pause now, go watch it. And at the end of it, come back over here. You feel pretty bullish about it, like we're at the finish line. And you get that sense. So I remain ever bullish on DevvE, and I think that it's going to be a fantastic project. No counterparty risk, 0-second transaction settlement, a new paradigm of lending and borrowing, and perfect security for all of your crypto. And this is exactly what institution is needed for all this time, is the security and protection that only DevvE right now can provide. But again, I wasn't communicated with, and I don't like that, and that annoys me to no end. Again, adios muchacho, or thank you for everything, or thank you for nothing. Anything would have been better than being left out. So that's a misstep in my opinion, but it's a very minor one. But again, in the nature of full transparency, I'm just telling you it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. And by the way, make sure you get yourself a bag of DevvE, because it's going to be a game-changing, life-changing pump.